Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Football Manager 2024. Our Swansea save breaking FM1 last time. We're in January. Hasn't really been that much out of the ordinary or exciting or unexpected happening. So I tried to do a couple of live comms, but to be honest with you, the games were not very exciting that I chose, and I didn't want to choose a different one that would have more action. I kind of skipped some because I didn't think there'd be much, and they ended up being probably good candidates, and others that I thought would be good candidates turned out not to be. So, yeah, pretty much the same as we've had previously, though. Really, when we look at things, it's pretty solid. Last month, the only game that I could have live come would be Arsenal. We've had them recently. I didn't want to do that, and I felt it would be a tough match, and it wasn't a tough match. If we look there, Luke Coxall is coming alive right now, which is good because we've kind of needed him to. And yeah, it's just one of those things where things aren't really lining up. I almost at the Brighton game, I thought that's not interesting, and then being 2-1 down and Evan Ferguson getting that goal to equalise and almost getting a winner at the end. To be fair, that could have been a fun live com, but yeah, there hasn't really been like too much that was very interesting. We lost to Newcastle. We already seen that. We lost away to Bournemouth to an early goal. In our worst performance by far. Worst performance by far. I was going to do Champions League stuff, but again, I kind of didn't really find anything I truly liked about it. And yeah, that's kind of where we are. We're in the FA Cup third round against Cardiff. Kind of wanted to hold off to do that live com, and I might actually do that because I don't know. Like Man City away, they're not having a great time. Like what, Newcastle away, maybe. Like to get to a final of a League Cup, like who cares? Inter away, they're pretty bad right now. When you're like everything I've tried to pick just doesn't really fit. And AC Milan, sure we could, but that there's not much point. We're both going through. And if Inter are as bad as their record suggests, only beating Nice away from home, drawing to Roma and getting beaten by Sociedad, Villa, who we've both beaten, and Liverpool, Barcelona, who we beat last season. Yeah, that's probably going to be the 3 points we need to get through. So kind of interesting. At the end of the transfer window, there are a couple more games that might make more sense. Really, Liverpool away, but that's a long way after the transfer window. I want to feature the transfer window in this, so I'm not really sure that we've got like a great league game. And I want to do a league game, and then if not Champions League game, and then it comes down to the cup, and I just think it's got to be Cardiff at the end of the day. So that will be our live com, probably with a B team. Yeah, I don't see too much in the way of interesting stuff here. Okay, I didn't realize some of these news items are going to be here, but cool. Yeah, I've just gone basically up from here. And so all I saw was kind of these lot, and I got up to this point, and I kind of just stopped and started recording. So I'm like, oh, it's the start of the transfer window. This is a good point to start the video and showcase the incomings. But there was one there that I don't really like the look of, which we're going to have to deal with. So, okay. We knew it was coming. Before that, we do have some new deals in place. A couple of new deals. Mark Gay, he gets a new deal because he wanted one. Frimpong's got his new deal. Somebody else. Mamadashvili's got a work permit for his new deal, which I think is also 200,000 a week, or maybe just under. I think it's 200. We're slowly kind of ramping everyone up from 150 to 200. And somebody else, I feel, has just had a new deal. Oh, Coxell. Coxell's got his new deal. So he's still a squad player. Now, for now, that might change, but we had to promise him a bunch to get up and around to where we wanted to be. But 150 is fine for him, I think, right now. So, yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with those deals. I think those are key people to have deals. I know, Furtado's also, getting a new deal. 100%, and he will become a starter on that deal, because try to get him to be squad and he just wouldn't. He's got a new deal coming. Someone else has got a new deal coming. I'm not entirely sure who it is. It should be Harvey Elliott, but it's not. 2 years left on 80,000 a week. I do feel bad about that. Yeah, I think there's another couple. Kennelly is getting a new deal as a squad player. I'm really not sure who else, honestly. But yeah, anyway. So some new deals are in play, and that's going to be something we're going to do. Sebastian Lasserre looks really, really good. Not great technically, not fully developed. But yeah, he's 6'5" and tons of potential. And he's right in there with Callum King, Alex Di Battista, my other two centre-backs that we really, really like. I'm pretty happy with that. I've got to be honest, I'm pretty happy with that signing. How much was he? 33. Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. Paid almost nothing. There is that. Paid almost nothing. Then, of course, our deal for Vitor Roque, which was unhappy because he was on 200 grand a week. But no, we're actually bringing up the rest of the squad to 200. I'm pretty good on that too. So you are in the under 21s. Okay, we'll leave you in the under 21s. We'll send you out on loan. Vitor Roque is coming into the first team squad, so he's not going out on loan. He does need to be registered for the Premier League, which is fine. And yeah, I can register him for the Champions League too. That's good. Auto numbers. Vitor Roque becomes number 10. That's perfect. I find it weird that Yamal welcomes Lasserre, and then it's Cam Humphreys who's welcoming Vitor Roque instead of the other striker. So that's fine. And then this is kind of the one that we will come back to. I don't really want to deal with that. Coxell, player of the month. 6 in 6, 2 assists. Ahead of Nico Gonzalez, who has got 4 goals and 2 assists. Like, yeah, they've come alive. Furtado's played well too. And Nico gets goal of the month. We love all this. I get manager of the month. It's been a good month. It's been a really good year for Ferguson, who, as much as I can delay this Lamine Yamal business, yeah, some notable kind of awards this season. So he won the league, of course, at the end of last season. He was a top goal scorer, Players' Player of the Year, the English Footballer of the Year. We won the Champions League. He's the young player and player of the season for that. Gets into our best 11 for this year and permanently. He got the European Men's Player of the Year award. He got the Golden Shoe. We won the Super Cup, and then has picked up the Golden Ball, the Goal 50 award, and now, well, yesterday, the World Player of the Year and the World Footballer of the Year. Which is absolutely crazy, but then again, he did hit 28 in the league. and 36-41 all competitions. And if you include the if you include the international games as well, then you're looking at 51 games and 49 goals. Which is crazy. Only 2 of those are penalties too. So yeah. That's nuts. 47 goals last season for club and country, all competitions from open play. Yeah, 71 million, well spent. Very well spent, I feel. Okay, I can't delay. Ooh. Ooh. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I don't mind 20 games. That's fine. Let's go up to 29 and a half, and then let's just... full send. Okay. Potentially 160 and half of whatever they sell him for. Not profit. Guaranteed 145, which is his minimum release clause. We're just going to get potentially... we're going to get 30 million of it delayed over 2 years. That's fine. And we're going to get 15 extra million for him playing 20 times for Spain, which is going to hit at some point. So yeah. How high can we go? I was kind of hoping for over 200. I don't think we're gonna get over 200, are we? $152. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting one. That's gonna be an interesting one. That's very interesting. We've already got the replacement in, though. We do have Vitor Roque in, and we have Evan Ferguson playing like Jamal should be, and Jamal's been good. I'll give him his credit. That first season he was great. Last season he was pretty good. He had some injuries, but he's kind of a goal every other game kind of player across those 2 seasons. That's what he is. And then this season he's a goal every 3 games rather than a goal every other game. He's good, but he's not amazing. He's not mind-blowing. He's not, oh my God, this is the best player in the world. He's very young. I'm trying to see if I can justify this to myself. Because Ferguson, I mean, it doesn't matter how young or how old he is. He's not old enough for us to run out of time. Real do not want to put a bid in at his market value. Not above his market value, but at his market value, they don't want to put a bid in. So that's kind of a nothing interest. I'm happy-ish with that. Yeah, so there is that, and then there's Vitor Roque, who I think is going to be as good as Yamal right now. Anyway. Shady, who is a very good youngster. He's gone a little bit backwards in some places. I did have some mentoring going on. It seems to have knocked his personality slightly. I don't love that. And then Coxell, who is currently the third man off the bench, is above one every other game. And really, that gives me two people who are currently outscoring Yamal. One that should produce as much as Yamal, if not more. And a youngster I think has a ton of promise. And that's my four strikers. I think I'm okay. Waller just got nailed for 5 months, broken lower leg. I do still have Gary Morris as well, though. And Ollie Owen could be going out, not to a big club, but that's fine. See, I've kind of got 3 solid strikers in here, so that takes me to 7. I just wonder if I should buy a new one. Yeah, I'm going to have 4 centre-backs. I got Di Battista, Lasser, the big money signing, Callum King, who is fantastic, and Alpha Balbe, who is fantastic. Got a defensive midfielder, got left back options, got a goalie. Don't really have right back still, but I got one coming in. Midfield looks great. Do we need another striker? Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Okay. Let's go preview the market then, because I haven't actually done this yet. So let's go and take a look at who... These are the highest valued players in the world. Not the ones that aren't for sale completely, but the highest valued players then. We're going to see who kind of wants to join us. That seems to be almost the same list. Last time this happened, it wasn't right, though, was it? I was going to say Haaland's not on you. Haaland is on you. Does he really, though? It seems weird. Okay. Incredibly interested. Extremely curious. Huh. Okay. So 92397. Yeah, I mean, there are 4,000 players that aren't interested. Nope, there's more than that. Brain, come on. Uh, there's a lot more than that. Okay, that's fine then. So, at least it isn't bugged like last time, although... Why... I've just ticked that and unticked that. See, this is why I say it's bugged, because I've unticked that and ticked that, and now both Gabriel and Haaland... I went and talked to today. They're now not for sale. That's why. That's why players are disappearing then. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Not for sale. There's an absolute bunch of them. Cool. Don't really care. There's not that many others that would be interested anyway. Okay. Who's on the list and who wants to come? Don't love any of these expensive options. Still gonna be Lookman on the transfer list. Like, why did he even go to Real Madrid? I guess you get that move and like you've got to believe in yourself as a player. But so many players do this, both in game and out the game. In game, even more with weird clubs too. But like real life, everybody goes to Real Madrid. Like, this is my one chance, and you play like 20 games across 5 years. I don't quite get it. No, PSG are after him. Like, that feels bad, man. That feels bad because he won't get in that PSG team either. I feel bad. I feel bad that that kind of stuff happens. Wanted a backup left back. Doig is there. It's not bad. It's not really amazing though, is it? Anywhere. Just nobody fantastic in this list at all. No, nobody I'd even really want to look at. Old Kebra's backup. Big. I don't see much here. Like, last couple of transfer windows have been a little disappointing in that the bargains have dried up, really. In that first season, I think they were great bargains that just... Well, actually, probably less because a lot of the transfers had already been pre-arranged and whatnot, so maybe that it took a year for the game to kind of get into place. But that second season and that third season, I think, were pretty good. And then since then, it just doesn't seem like there's anybody on a transfer list. So like we're in January. You would think that maybe, just maybe, there's players out there that might be transfer listed at this time of year. And there aren't. There's some good players, but there aren't any like really intriguing players. Okay, there's 69 players. Oop. The player striker that are transfer listed that I know about. I'm scouting the world, and I only know of 69. At least there's a few more strikers that I don't think will be crazy. So Esposito and George could be interesting ones to scout and kind of see what they're like. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. That's kind of disappointing. I'd love to add to this squad in the window. So young Liverpool striker Henry Torres, super expensive, but at least has potential. Dauman, Finneran. Yes, there's other Premier League clubs, really, until you get to like Zabalza. A little injury prone. Didn't really love him. Paul Warner, just not developing as much as I'd want. Mark Bernal. I think I'm pretty clogged at centre midfield and solid at defensive midfield. Sheena, same really. I'd have to retrain him. Don't want to retrain him. Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. Man City at the end of his contract. Wow, that would be interesting. That one would be interesting for sure. Again, not something I feel the need I want to do. And we're back to Kabasi, who I think is better than he's listed in game. Moscato. Good but not great. Yeah, there's just nobody. Okay, so there's nobody I want. Which pretty much means I think I'm going to keep playing on through until I get to deadline day. And then And then we'll see what happens at deadline day. And see what kind of offers I get. Because that might be the best thing to do. That might be just the best thing to do. Well, it was a good debut. It's a good debut. It's kind of overshadowed by everything else, but we only had 8 shots on target. We scored 7 of them. Yeah, not great. Yeah, an own goal from them. Nico ends up with a hat-trick somehow. Evan Ferguson comes off the bench to score. It's just kind of everything. Like a little bit of rotation out here. You can see Carbone back in, Di Battista back in, Canelli, Mosquera, Velasco in midfield. Maino's been playing defensive midfield a lot. The assistant keeps picking him there. For this game, I asked him to rotate slightly. And I was kind of expecting maybe Nico to be left out. But obviously glad he didn't. And Velasco slots right in and Corby just in ahead of him, pushing up in the midfield. And that makes 2 defensive midfielders that I've kind of got set up this season, or that I thought were going to be playing at different points defensive midfield. They're both now playing central midfield. So I'm not really sure what to make of that, especially when one of them becomes a big goal threat. Yeah. Sure. A lot of different assisters, 2 good performances, just everything pretty good. Liverpool leaving it a little late, come from behind at Leeds, but, Arsenal as well, full throttle. Chelsea do win. Man United lose. That kind of mid-table battle isn't great for them. Tottenham now have, 2 games in hand? Yeah, they could sit right in the middle of Chelsea and United, to be fair, but those 3 are definitely underperforming in midfield. And Man City, they sneak a little win again. They do jump over some teams. Yeah, not exactly amazing for them, but we don't care. I didn't actually check what the goalie's rating was. Only a 6, okay. Yeah, Milinkovic scored an own goal. They just weren't good anywhere. Not even that threatening. They had 1 half chance early on. They had a kind of another half chance start the second half, really, and that was about it. I don't know where their third shot was. I can't even remember a third shot. Unless it was one of the corners, which counted as a shot or something. Because we cleared 1 quite convincingly. I don't know about the second, and maybe that's their third shot that was off target. It was a header that went way wide. Maybe that counts as a shot. But yeah, we'll kind of take that. Oh yeah, Mikel Arteta. Was that your managerial debut for Forest? Oh, that's not what I'm supposed to be looking for. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Mikel. Yeah, he was at Arsenal for a while. He got sacked. We absolutely battered him today as well, but yeah, he didn't really do much. He at Arsenal, he couldn't win the big one, of course. And then we've come up and we've kind of established ourselves the last couple of seasons, and he gets his job opportunity at Forest, and his first game in charge is an absolute battering at Swansea. Yeah, what's Nico up to now with that hat-trick? Nico is 7 in 20. Yeah, Nico is 7 in 20. So that's definitely his best season by far. And he's been chipping him as a Mazzala with little goals here and there. You can see here 2 goals and an assist against Arsenal. You got the goal against Leeds as a sub. You got the goal against Ipswich I know he's got a hat-trick against Forest, so... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's 2 assists away from equaling his previous 2 seasons with us in terms of goal and assists and player of the matches. That's how low his impact has kind of been in defensive midfield, and now he's moved up into central midfield. He's really kind of flying, and that worries me because kind of still have him pegged as a starter in defensive midfield. So we got to figure that out. Okay, Kim Dong-jin offer. Oh, I've set people for release. That's what it is. Okay. Anyway, I got some offers coming in for other people and whatnot. I'll be back as soon as we get anything basically coming up. Decent win on the road. Derby in the Carabao Cup first leg. Decided to really fully rotate, and then even went a step further and give debuts to my 2 Brazilians who'd come in earlier, of course. Oliveira in midfield, Andre in goal. Did okay. Should have probably done better. We still scored an XG a lot, but 12 shots on target. They were pretty bad shots, to be fair. But dominated the game. I don't mind that. But yeah, 2 new debuts then for Andre and Oliveira. Kind of happy about that. And some of our youngsters may be going over to the England squad, and David Velasco and Mosquera could be winning caps for Spain. So the young defensive midfielder, 21.5 million. He could be about to get his international debut too. And an interesting one in here is Tottenham wanting Luke Griffiths on loan as a squad player. And he's currently my number 3 right back. I didn't see that coming. He's a good left back. Sorry, not right back. Left back. He's a good right back. I've done it again. He's a good left back. I do feel that Carbone should be sold at some point. And then Griffiths can come in. I just don't know what this kind of looks like. I mean, come on, you're Spurs. You can afford the wages. You can afford the wages. You can afford big monies, and you can afford to make him a left back. So, kind of interested. Still haven't got the report in on George yet. That's going to be an interesting one. Hayward, backup goalkeeper. Yes, please, buddy. Inconsistent, but still. I think we can just... Oh, this is only a 2-year deal. Okay. But why, if he's turning 18? Turned 17. I'm going to walk away. We'll do that one another time then. And 3 to 4 days, Vitor Roque out injured. So that's going to rule him out. I rested him before Man City. It's going to rule him out for that. So, interesting. Okay, well, yeah, I didn't think George would be that good. And yeah, he's really not. So, same with Esposito. Which I think is a little low, to be fair. I've always kind of liked Esposito. I guess it's not that low. Spurs batter Chelsea. So yeah, they're now firmly in between United, who lose again despite late goals. Wow, Everton get a win over Bournemouth, which could be very timely. they could leapfrog them if they win their game in hand. Forest continue to win, and that would put even more pressure on Bournemouth if they start climbing out there. But Forest aren't out of danger. Brighton's good run continues moving up the league. Liverpool drop points away to Villa, and Fulham, Brentford isn't really consequential to me. But it does put Fulham in a little bit of trouble. A little bit of trouble. I'm going to delay the deal. Oh, okay. PSG were trying to find more money. Bayern Munich were trying to find more money. And Real Madrid and Arsenal wanted to take him on loan. And so I was really waiting and hoping that maybe that would update into a transfer and we'd maybe get a bid or two in. And yeah, I'm still going to delay it a week, because if I delay it a week, that's what potentially we could play him in the 2 away games against Man City and Newcastle if we needed to. I'm probably not going to, but it also means that he might only miss 1 game, but that transfer will not go in time for him to play for them against Tottenham. And then he might not be able to be registered for Nice and Reims, even though Liverpool are pretty much qualified anyway. And so they only get him for Burnley, which they don't need, and then he'll play in a little bit. Be a little scumbaggy doing that, to be fair. Especially since I just don't think that there's a player out there that we really could do a signing. So that extra money isn't great. Program was inconsistent. Yeah, all these players had something. They all had something wrong with them. To add another 100 million to the transfer budget, that would be a Buonanotte that I don't think fits perfectly. We'd have to retrain. Who else could that be? Tonali and Gamoa, but again, we don't play wingers. We'd have to retrain him. And there isn't really a good option of that. Carly is a left back, and we've got some great left back prospects, so why bother? Shari, don't feel that's worth it. Yeah, I'm just trying to think kind of what that money would get us. Tell, I don't feel he's any better than what we've got right now. Yeah, I just, okay, don't really feel good about anyone in here. Cole Palmer. I mean, that would be kind of funny. That'll be kind of interesting and funny. But I don't think he's better than Harvey Elliott by much, and I don't think Elliott's working out amazingly well right now. Kind of overshadowed by £20 million Dominic Szoboszlai, which is kind of infuriating, but also great at the same times. Kone, again, I pulled out that deal. That looks to be one that we could do a Phil Foden. He'd kill our wage structure. And again, I don't feel any of these are going to improve us significantly. Leone, but I've got some monster centre-backs. He is a monster, though, isn't he? Oh, my God, he is a monster. Incredibly intrigued. Okay. Let's see if they actually won't sell. Let's see if they actually won't sell. I was expecting news back. Okay, well, I'll be back after this game, I guess. I mean, I could play it on. I could do this as a live com. Still do Cardiff as a live com. Probably. Let me build my side and then we'll come back into it. Okay. I've gone with the best back four I can right now. Diamonde's still in international duty, so Mosquera will slide right in. Nico goes back to defensive midfield. Elliott, Mainu, and Humphreys, since Szoboszlai is currently injured. And I've recalled Yamal for this game because, hey, let's see if he can get something going. See if he can have a nice little send-off with a big opportunity here, as well as Victor Roque being up for this week. I think that works out for us. Trafford on the bench, former City player, of course, with Carboni, Canelli, Di Battista to cover the back line. Velasco, Bergvall, and Murphy covering midfield. And Shaley and Coxall off the bench. Yeah, I feel decent about it, to be fair. I feel decent about it. Ooh, okay. Mamardashvili don't really love the fans, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Didn't like the pressure. So at the Etihad, then, City haven't had a good season, but they are in good form, and they do have a bunch of good players, and they've got a really good bench. We've been fantastic form. We've been playing well. And I do feel this is going to be a little difficult one for us. We have struggled a little bit here and there. And I think we're starting to get a little overconfident. And so we'll kind of see. We are on cautious to start things off. You can see that maybe that's not going to be amazing for us. We're going to back off way too much. Naipan's going to come for it. And we're just going to have to full send now to kind of get back at them. Yeah, kind of the worst possible start. So Elliott, who should be marking Bernardo Silva, is backing off. And Evan Ferguson's having to come from striker to close down Bernardo Silva. And I don't know why that would be. I think if we go to him, it's less chance the ball goes back here. But it probably does because Ferguson's then pressuring it. So it's not really a result of the goal. But I found it really annoying. Bruno, yeah, being blocked by Nico but not challenged. And Corby just lets Naipan drift off him. And a great across the body shot. We can't really do too much at that. But, yeah, very much a poor passage of play from us. Very much a poor passage of play. And we're getting a couple of shots off now. City just maybe are just playing very defensive. It's kind of a poor corner. Comes to Yamal. Not great. Nice ball there. I thought he was going to shoot, but nice ball. And oh my God, Cam Humphreys. It looked like he was just going to put it in. He was going to come to our rescue again. I guess he tried to loft it. It just clipped the crossbar and went over. And we've been on top. We just haven't been good in one passage of play. And we haven't been able to really do too much. Mamardashvili came out and claimed that. He really did come and claim it. Furtado's going to go down the wing. I love that. Yamal to Mainu. He should see Frimpong. He does. Frimpong. Ball in. And it is Yamal. It is Yamal. 15th of the season. We're trying to give him a decent send-off before he heads to Liverpool. Show him what a championship winning side looks like. I honestly thought Ferguson was on that. But apparently it was Lamine Yamal. Tight offside. It wasn't really that tight. But yeah, even the angle that the ball came across, I thought that Yamal was not the one that kind of did it. Keep going. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm not happy with you. Or you. There we go. A couple of fired up people. Self-assured, motivated, inspired goalkeeper. Yamal is focused. Don't mind that at all. Little encouragement at the start of the half. Going to go up to attacking. Try and put a little extra pressure on the beginning. Okay. Work the ball through. Mainu. Elliott with a nice little one there. Oh my God. It bobbled to Cam Humphries again. He's in the right position. He just couldn't finish that off. And I did see that Cody Gakpo had come on, which means now there's the danger of rotation all over the place. Yeah, 62 minutes. I think Yamal off. Coxel on. I don't know what else, if I'm honest. I might want to change up this midfield a lot. Maybe have it like that, like Nico down the right, Harvey Elliott down the left, Cam just floating in the middle, maybe hitting some long shots as he's been known to do, and we drop Kobbie Mainoo in as more of a defensive body in there for now. So maybe it's Coxel for Yamal. I throw Ferguson over the other side with a mind to maybe getting him off as well. Going back to attacking, I think that's kind of what I need to do. Evan Ferguson, just a poor game today, so he's coming off. Cam's not done a ton wrong, but he hasn't done anything right. And then I think Velasco and move Kobbie back up. And I would normally do the fullbacks. I don't know if I should do the fullbacks. We do have another couple of substitutions and one more sub. It definitely feels like we're not creative enough. I think that's kind of my issue here. It doesn't quite feel right to me. So I think I'm going to do the Mezzala switches. Try and demand more. Try and get all in this. Looks like we had a chance and it goes out for a goal kick. Okay. Slow ball out to Furtado. Murphy to Coxel. I mean, we had an offside. But I don't know if that was it. No, it wasn't. So Coxel works it out. A bad ball to Furtado. Holds up in the rain. Ball to Murphy, who is onside, and just slides it across for Coxel. Emran Haley decided to try and gamble. Didn't really get too much going on. And yeah, okay, we overcome a win. We overcome an early deficit. We win. We're in control. That's why I don't like showing some of these games. Because I don't think that was a fun game to watch. I don't think it was that interesting. This is a great Man City team up against not even my best 11. Very good players in every position, for sure, but, like, so are they. They're at home. And we kind of battered them. We fouled a lot. I mean, that's the only thing I don't like there. We did foul a lot. But we absolutely battered them and controlled the game, despite going down early. And yeah, we got the result. We weren't at our best and we got the result. I think I fully would agree with that. Big win for us. A good win for Leeds as well. Norwich now are starting to go a little drift at the back end of the table. But an Ivan Toney double lifts Leeds to the brink of safety. They still need some other results, but they've got really good goal difference. So do Fulham. And that means Nottingham Forest should be worried. Everton, they have that game in hand. Bournemouth also kind of in the mix. So it's kind of more interesting at the bottom than it is up the top. We just move. Yeah, we're still 9 points clear of Liverpool because they just dropped 2 points like last match, right? 12 back is Newcastle. So we're already 4 games ahead. We can lose 3 times of Newcastle. With a goal difference, we can lose 4 times. And Arsenal won't even catch them. So we are 18 points clear. We can lose 6 games, and goal difference would still keep us in the top 4. And it's the same tactic I've been using pretty much this entire time. Only changed for that Real Madrid match. So you let me know, is it still interested to watch those or not? Because it doesn't feel like it to me, to be honest with you. It doesn't look like it to me. You're not going to come back for the end of the month. What are you? World Cup qualification? No, African Cup of Nations. Okay. Huh. There is a chance that the Congo beat Mauritania, and then Nigeria beat Ivory Coast. And then Ivory Coast get knocked out. And then he comes back early. Okay, so they would do 300 million. Not that we can do 300 million or would want to at all, but it's nice to know what that would look like. It's nice to know what that would look like. Say is going to stay in the Premier League. He's going to Fulham. He is going to try and help Fulham survive in the Premier League. Yeah. I think they do need some help at the back. They probably need more help in midfield. They kind of need a left back so they can move their right back to right back and then move their centre back to centre back. That's kind of what they need is a left back. Instead, they've got another centre back. If they're willing to keep playing those people there, then he will start and he will be good. I hope. I hope. Ivory Coast won. Ivory Coast won. So it doesn't matter. Callum King, he's got an extension. He's not going anywhere. We don't care. He'll get a new deal. Probably end of this season, start next season. He'll probably get his new deal then. Luke, is a leading Premier League player. Apparently, he is our number 3 striker. I don't feel he looks like a leading Premier League striker. I think he looks like a very good all-round forward. But he's our number 3 striker. And I think he might be top 10 strikers in the league. I don't know if I'd say that's a leading player, though. Maybe that's just me. 4 to 5 weeks, Scott Green. Young winger, unambitious, 2.5 star. Yeah, okay. You were never going to make it anyway. You've just come through, haven't you? Let's see if we can release you on a free. Let's see if they'll do that. Yeah, pretty much the same team I just picked, to be fair. Di Battista's playing defensive midfield for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. Because for some reason, Velasco, who I was looking for, is in midfield. Cam needs game time. We'll get him game time. Dom's still injured. Frimpong, Mosquera both need time. That's fine. Furtado is a little tired. So yeah, that's fine. And then I'm gonna want someone who can play right back. And centre back. And then under the striker, which we don't really have much, so I don't mind making that Yamal, as tired as he is, and playing him with Coxel up top. And I'll be back at the end of this game. Well, it went really well. Lamine Yamal with a hat-trick. And now I'm starting to think, should I be selling Yamal at this point? You know, it's... I can cancel the deal. I got the player in, yeah, but I can also send Emran out on loan. I could do that. But then I got Coxall being striker 4 when he's a 4-star leading Premier League player who's been scoring a ton lately. That's going to kill his minutes. And then Vitor Roque's come in, who wants to be a starter and on 200 grand a week, would then be the rotational bench player, which I don't think helps him out at all. But would still leave me with Yamal and Ferguson up top again. It's such an interesting one that I don't know what I actually want to do. I don't think we need Yamal, and I don't think he improves Liverpool much anyway. And I've got a very sneaking suspicion that they're going to stop playing with striker. They're going to stick with Ekatike up top, which means he's going on the wing. Which means, they could drop Vert, but they can't drop Verts. If they drop Verts for Yamal, then that's not actually helping them either. That's a like for like. So they're either going to drop Rodrigo or Salah, which would make the sense if they can get a big enough bid that kind of covers some of the money that Yamal is costing, or all of that money, from Saudi for a 35-year-old Mo Salah. That would make work. That would do what they need to do. Gravenberg, McAllister, Yamal cutting in from the right, Rodrigo cutting in from the left, Wirtz and Ekatike, or Wirtz in behind Ekatike. I could see they got Dumfries in, Kyrkes, Kanate, and Joe Gomez with Allison in goal. Yeah, they're definitely getting to that point where they're aging through some people. Luis would be good, but he doesn't quite get into the team. Kind of blocks Ben Dork. Bradley should be in the team but can't make it. Basecic is still not in the team and is going back out on loan. And so for someone that's had great potential for years, he's just never made it. And Mokoko can't even get in the team. We sold Mokoko to them on big money, and he can't even get into the team. I don't think it hurts us to sell. I don't think it hurts us to sell. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I don't feel it does. Takeover could be close. Who the heck is... Oh, we're actually in a board takeover. We're not just talking about it for the last 3 seasons with not even anything going through. Of course, we're in the middle of a transfer window and we get a takeover. Of course. When did that happen? we're gonna get to the point where the takeover is happening to the stage that we are gonna get an embargo, which is gonna cancel in and outgoing deals, and is just gonna kill this transfer window for any business I'm trying to do. I can see it now. I can see it now. FM doing FM things. Okay, quick check. I do like to double check this. The residency. I've built this squad view so I can see kind of all the information just basically on how the squad is going to be set up. So, okay, so players that will never be homegrown. Oh, yeah, Yamal is homegrown. Or will be homegrown. He's 6 months away from being homegrown at the club. Ooh, yikes. Okay. Yeah, so Muratello, look, they're just not going to be here. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Dom's been great and he's in the first team. Carboni isn't. He's good cover that we don't need. We could sell Carboni. Mamardashvili's doing good in goal. I don't see a better first team goalkeeper. And we got a really good young one to transition with, so we keep Mamardashvili right now. Nico is one of our best midfielders. But I also see the world without Nico. And it doesn't scare me. It's like Yamal. I think it's someone we could let go with. Mascara, we're going to wait till he gets unhappy he's not playing. Vitroke's coming in to be a starter. Diamante's a starter at the back for us. Yeah, I think that makes sense. You're already being sold. Carbone Gonzalez. Could be two that we sell. All these youngsters that we've brought in are all young enough to be club or nation trained. That's fine. Absolutely fine with that. one from our youth academy, who's still maybe, but doesn't quite look like they're going to be really making it to the first team squad. Have to wait and see. Is okay. And then there's Yamal. And then it's everybody, with Luke Griffiths going to be club trained. And then these guys also going to be club trained. They already are different kind of club trained. So I feel pretty good about where we're at. 2 Argentines, both might get sold. 3 Brazilians, all should be kept. 2 Portuguese that we've only just brought in are very young and have monster potential. 2 Irish. One's a monster, one probably won't make it. The Korean possibly won't make it. And then we've got our 4 Spaniards. If we're selling Yamal, thinking about selling Nico, and Mosquera might be sold, that only leaves us with Velasco, which I'm okay with. He's a monster. Bergvall will probably end up getting sold. He's got a British passport. We've got a Turkish player. And then just a bunch of Welshmen. Okay. And the last thing to look at is, yeah, you guys aren't going to make it. None of you guys are going to make it. You haven't got the potential. You're not playing the right positions. You don't have good personalities. We've only got 4 balance. Carbone might be going out. Ollie Owen, I'm not sure if he makes it. Cayley, I'm not sure if he makes it long term. Such roadblocks in his way. And Rob Edwards, I'm not sure he makes it. It's sad they're all strikers. The light-hearted Diamande, I'm good with. Luke Griffiths, I'm good with. Oliveira, I'm good with. Fletcher, really wish he'd held his potential. I was kind of counting on him to be my number 3, number 4 of the future. Very professional. It's a pretty good personality. We got a stout number of young players with Nico and James, who I do both like. Jones is loyal. Doesn't really matter. Fail determines quite good depending. It's not the best, but it's usually pretty solid. Ambitious, I don't love, but it's okay. Resilient, only got 1. Really like the player. Determined, not usually that good. And then spirited and resolute's kind of where you live and breathe. And I like the scattering we've got. Yeah, Gary Morris might just have to be my new number 3, number 4 striker. Gay is resolute. Lasser's driven, that's not bad. Professional. Pretty good options. And then we're up to 6 model citizens. We bought Andre. We bought Balde. We bought Bergvall. Again, I came through the youth academy, right? Yes. And then Callum King is going to make it. Sean Rees might only ever be a backup. So 2 backups for a youth academy. 1. I mean, he's going to be 3rd choice, isn't he? Even with 4.5 stars, he's going to be behind Lasser and Balde. It's going to be him and Di Baptista as probably my backups. So 3 backups from the youth academy. And only 2 model citizen starters, but they are guys that we've brought in. Yeah, so it's not just Yamal up, isn't it? Those are the only ones that need work permits. And everybody that can't be homegrown in any way needs a work permit, which makes sense, except Kwan Suk needs a work doesn't need a work permit because he's English, but he's not homegrown, even though he will be even though he did come through our academy. Don't understand that one. That's fine. I will say that's fine. Evan Ferguson's become a team leader. Good. Okay. Okay. Oh. Yeah, like Ferguson's having a great season. Not as good as last season, but a great season. Luke Coxell having a great season. Yamal is our top goal scorer. He is. He just is. He just is. Okay. Kind of worried about that. Kind of worried about that. Let's see. Liverpool Spurs. Spurs are playing decently. They could maybe do something. Ipswich, home to Arsenal. There's a chance there, maybe. We play Newcastle. I'm just wondering if we can beat Newcastle, Ipswich draw with Arsenal, and Spurs beat Liverpool. That could be a really, really nice kind of weekday for us. Could be something that works out fairly well. Okay, well, if Ipswich didn't draw against Arsenal, Spurs didn't beat Liverpool. But Liverpool did drop more points, and that puts us 8 points clear at the top with this game in hand. So as long as we don't lose this, we're still that 9 points clear. And if we do win this, we're what? We're 13 points clear. We'll be 18 points clear if we draw, 20 points clear of Brighton if we win. Yeah, I think we're getting to the point where we can win the league quite early, and if we do win it quite early, then my mind kind of goes to place like, okay, well, what would that look like? How would I make that work? What would I want to do in that scenario? Interesting, Di Battista's in. Why is Di Battista in? Because Mark's a little tired. Okay, I guess. I guess. That's more important to have there, isn't it? That kind of gives me a better look at it. So, note to Dom. Just a midfielder. Am I happy with everyone? I think I'm happy with everyone else. Okay, let me go find this midfielder and then come back to you at the end of the match and see exactly what we've got going on. Okay, so we got Rego suffering a big defeat against us. Lewis Miley got a bad tackle in. Kind of game was dead early on. I'm really glad that wasn't the live com, because again, that would just be a dead match to watch. Dashvili's fine. Ferguson played well, and that does give us a little bit of a extra little bit up top. And I think We delayed this as much as we can. I don't think we can do any more. So I think we always planned for this moment that he would leave us. I don't think we ever really thought that this would be where he went. So yeah. Yeah. I think the best case scenario is he doesn't play, he gets transfer listed for a decent amount of money, and either we buy him at half price or we get a ton of money from that sale too, perhaps another 40, 50 million on top. And that will be kind of good. So he sold just below his price that he set as a minimum fee release. He goes up to 325 grand a week. Definitely a way bigger contract than we were giving him. And way more money than we were paying him on the loyalty bonus as well. So, much better deal for him. Absolutely fine. That 5% sell-on fee is interesting too, because that means Liverpool will only get 45% of that deal. And we'll see, we almost double our money, and potentially we will double the money. So yeah, I don't know, I feel okay about it. I do think he's probably going to lose, unless they keep playing him as a striker, which they might do. I think he is going to end up on the right wing for them, and he's going to lose that natural ability at striker, and that's going to be probably not in their best interest because he's not going to be as effective out wide as he can be up top. So there is that. Okay, any other transfers? I'll come back, but I think this is kind of a dead window. A win, not a big win, not a convincing win. Again, teams defend against us, and I don't really attack very much, so they can't counter that much, and we'll just grind out wins because it's not on me to do anything crazy. Jorgensen did get taken off the pitch. They went down to 10 men, and Lautaro Martinez kept a clean sheet for the 3 minutes of extra time. But yeah, overall, not a great result. Another win. There is that. And that does qualify us for the round of 16, which means we're all set. We're the only team that has, but Liverpool can, I think, join us. I believe so. Yes, because they can get over 18 points, which is all that these teams can get. Yeah, so Liverpool could be the second qualifier. They'd be the only other one. But it does look like the English club's doing good. Chelsea could easily find themselves in the top 8, which would mean Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and ourselves are all there. Villa should still make the playoff, and that is the 5 teams that are in it. Again, on the bottom, no real huge teams apart from International. Leverkusen struggling a bit, but still have more of a shot at it. Nice, Reims, Salzburg, some decent clubs there. No real big surprises up the top end either. Alkmaar doing well. Young Boys, again, doing well. They do seem to be set up quite well right now because that's a couple of seasons they've been in and around the Champions League. So kudos to those. And Standard Liège is a good, in a good spot right now. Copenhagen not far away. So, yeah, pretty good. We scored from a corner, if you couldn't tell. We didn't play well. and our striker, our goal, sorry, not striker, our goal came from the corner. And wow, yeah, United lost to West Ham, and then they get the goals back at home. Kind of a gut punch. Jacob Ramsey, 91st and 96th, just to make sure that West Ham go to the final. And that is who we're going to play. I didn't know who we were going to get. I honestly thought United might somehow turn it around. They almost did. Right at the death, though. No, it's the Hammers and the Swans going head-to-head at Wembley. Very, very interesting indeed. And yeah, I don't think I'm actually going to live-com this. We live-com the different game. Instead, we live-com City away. I think we'll go ahead and play the youngsters. It looks like Everton couldn't get a result against Arsenal, so not too many teams helping us out at the top, but that's fine. We don't need that much help. Did I just see that right? Are they actually 20th? They are. Wrexham at 21st too. Not a great year for the Welsh clubs then. Newport are bottom of League One. Why are Middlesbrough in League One? That's nuts too. Yeah, Newport are bottom of League One. Wrexham and Cardiff almost going down from the Championship. We're the only Welsh club representing right now and having good seasons. I know if the AI was managing Swansea, that would not be the case. I am well aware of that fact. Yeah, I wonder if I should just play the kids. I know I want to win the FA Cup, but I wonder if I should always also just try and play as many of the kids as possible. Oh, Andre's out on international duty. That's who I wanted in goal. I could go with Trafford. I could go with Canelli. I could go with King and Di Battista. Furtado's technically a first team starter, so I wouldn't really want to do that. I guess we take the risk on David Jones. I don't love that. No, of course we won't. We go Luke Griffiths. That's what we would do. Yeah, Carboni's gotta go. Carbone's gotta go. Carbone's gotta go. For that score, I kind of want to call up. I think Smith is a better option. And then I probably go Murphy on the left. I don't know what I do on the right. What do I do on the right? Very defensive kind of options. You're left-footed too. What do I do on the right? Maybe it's a Bergvall. Maybe it's just Bergvall. We don't go super young there. It's Bergvall. Velasco, and then Kaylee Owen, Morris Ward, I guess. More attack-minded midfielders. Richard Roberts. Gary Jones ain't bad. Paul Britton. I don't hate that. Sean Reese. Jordan's a terrible right back, but he definitely is possibly the best. David Jones at left back. Centre back would be Potts. Hayward on the bench. It's not a bad lineup, to be fair. We're going pretty much as young as I could in a lot of spots. We definitely need that right back, which we got coming in. The goalie's out on international duty. There is a striker coming in. There is a midfielder coming in. Yeah. The positions that we do need are there. What's this? 30%, 1.5. So they think 4.5, 13, 14 million, kind of his price point. Good season last season. Possibly on target to do the same. Don't see him going for more than that. Don't see him going for more than that. We'll take that money. But yeah, we got our 3 coming in, which we did struggle to find positions for. That's not a terrible bench. Okay, I mean, all he scored, he could be a backup striker for us. He doesn't look too bad. He's just had one loan deal where he hasn't done a whole ton. But yeah, technically he scored on his debut for us against Cardiff and got man of the match. So, I don't know, he also assisted the opening goal for Bergvall, who returned the favour to him. And then Smith fed Di Battista from a corner. But yeah, Cardiff are that bad and we're that good that our third choice 11, not even a full third choice 11, but kind of a third choice 11. Gary Morris just made his debut. And Jordan Anderson, neither of which had a lot of time. And we get Stockport as a reward. Absolutely fine with that one. Oh. No. Wait. Why? Why we play back-to-back FA Cup games? Oh my god, what a January. Oh my god, I like as soon as we got through the derby and I saw those fixtures land in January, I knew I was gonna be heavily rotating. It's a good thing we have, because We could basically negate 3 of these games by playing the kids, both games against Derby and Cardiff, and then a rotational side here and there. Just rotate people here and there. Still got Spurs at home to end in the league. We got we got AC Milan before that in the Champions League, and now we got Stockport away. That's an even easier potential fixture than the Cardiff one. It is away, but again, we just send the kids, right? We just send the kids. 3 people in Brazil's Olympic squad: Marcos Andre Oliveira and Victor Roque. Don't mind that. Kind of annoys us. Right now, Furtado is just amazing. Takeovers hit the rocks. Don't really care. Don't really care. Koopman is joining. Ooh. Okay. Bormeier Svensson. Bo Svensson. Okay. Not bad. He was at Hull. Mines. Who's at Liefering? Okay, so it's part of the Red Bull kind of family then. He was at Mines forever. Like 6 years as a player. Came back, was the assistant manager, then their youth coach, their under-19s manager, went to Liefering, and then came back for a couple of years with them again. Okay. That's not a bad pickup. That's a very good managerial profile. Yeah. Overview. Okay, it's pretty good win percentage too. Pretty good win percentage. What a Hull. Yeah, I knew they were doing something. FA Cup runners up and high flying in the championship. Play the game more, 5 points back on Palace. So yeah, probably fighting for playoffs. There's a lot of teams in that mix. I can kind of see that. Okay, well, he gets his move. So they lose a goalkeeping coach and get former Wimbledon goalkeeper Neil Sullivan. It's definitely a much better squad. Like, it's by far a better squad. And recent results aside, I think they should be fine towards the end of the season. They should stay up, and there's no real guarantee that Hull will be even in the playoffs. So yeah, I don't think that's a bad one there. Yeah, Elliot, I mean, had to give him a new contract. He was upset. He wanted a new deal. We are going through that at the moment. FA Cup-wise, Man United get bounced by Reading. Oh my God, the FM is so realistic. Wrexham almost overcome Chelsea. I don't know. Doesn't quite look like Chelsea's first team. We've got ourselves a good win there, apparently, for the kids. Always like to see that. And this is an interesting one to me. Again, probably loan him out this year, but Niklas Koopman, 6'6", 16 pace, 17 pace, 16 acceleration, 16 finishing, 15 work rate too. That's not bad. A little bit of anticipation off the ball, dribbling, first touch, jumping's okay, his heading's decent. Strength, not that great for a player that size. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little excited about this one. And this is why Eberhan does seem maybe to be on the way out for me. What am I doing? Compare with Eberhan Shaley. So, like, it's exactly the same. Now, he's definitely more physical. That's fine. He's also a year older and physicals develop really quickly. He's a better defender. We really don't care about that. And yeah, the pace is about the same. We're much better in the air. It's only a little couple of points here or there. Better balance, sure. A lot more agility. But yeah, I've never seen very agile 6'6" anyway. Composure decisions, maybe. Bravery, not as big of a deal. Better all-round striker. And his technicals, yeah, the passing would be really, really nice. But there's really not a lot in it. Really not a lot in it. 31.5 is a lot of money, to be fair. We did spend pretty big again on another unproven youngster with potential. I don't mind doing that. West Ham, Burnley, interesting. Spurs, Bournemouth, nice little mid-table clash. Stockport or Swansea. Newcastle, ooh. If they can upset us, that's a pretty good home draw again with another big side. Stockport could use that to get some decent money. They could also sell some of their players. I don't think would be big losses for them. Yeah, they could turn it around. Barnsley as well. If they overcome Brighton, they get Chelsea. That's fantastic for them. Arsenal, easy draw at home against Stoke or Millwall. So, a very boring, historically tough, battling, defensive-minded team will play either Stoke or Millwall. Man City or Palace will get Hull. Could be interesting. Preston have got through and they get Forest or Sheffield United, not the best. Draw there, not the worst. And all championship again at the bottom for the final. Reading against Huddersfield or Plymouth. Those could be very, very interesting indeed. Yeah, I might just go fittest young players here as well. Okay, well, a tough match towards the end. I didn't know kind of what was going to happen. Koopman scored early, almost got a second, and then the game just got dangerous in the second half. I didn't love it. We should have scored, we didn't. They keep picking up yellow cards. It's not the best squad we could have got. But yeah, Murphy and then Amaran just to kind of finish off the job. But Murphy is my player of the match, not just because he had the highest rating, but just he really drove forward from midfield. No one else did. We were very tight defensively. I felt pretty good there. But a lot of shots were like odd angles and weird stuff happening, and I'm really actually pleased we didn't end up with an injury in this one, because I felt that's how the game was going. They were super aggressive and we were just responding in kind. I think the youngsters maybe let the occasion get to them a bit. But Murphy was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And was the real kind of star of the show at the end. But on his debut, Koopman gets a goal. And I think that's a very good sign. A very good sign. Paul Britton didn't really do anything great, but at least he made his debut. Physically, he's not ready, but he is 16. Elsewhere, he does look decent. He's still holding 4-star potential right now. That could be really good. Even Murphy's only got 4.5-star potential. So, yeah, if we can get our training right, I think that would be really nice. I think that would be really, really nice. So we've got a week to deadline day. We don't need to go to a meeting. Oh, the takeover's completed? We didn't even have like an embargo or anything. So was this from within? No. No, this was not from within. There's a lot of new people in here that I don't know at all. Jake Silverstein is familiar. But a lot of these I don't think are. So what kind of... Yeah. That's interesting. That's very interesting to me. Okay, so they want to go for high reputation players, which kind of sucks. That's not the way we work. Increase the commercial revenue. We've done very well. Spend the original transfer budget. We've done, and we built it back up. We're actually probably not inside the wage budget with a new deal we're going to sign very soon for a couple of players. Champions League, okay. Challenge for the Premier League. Challenge for the FA Cup. Competitive in the League Cup, which we're dominating. We won that, even though they're not judging. Win the Champions League. Or suddenly we're favourites. Suddenly we're favourites. This is only our second season in the competition. And already season 3, it's, win it again. They don't even need us to win the Premier League, but we're already at the win the Champions League situation. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this board. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this board. Yeah, everyone's kind of signed up, right? Everyone's good. We don't need to do Philip Murphy, but it doesn't hurt us to do Murphy. We do need to do him, and him. So all these are the under 21s. Yeah. Okay. We'll add Koopman just in case, because it didn't look like he's got the under 21 tag. And that does worry me slightly. Although I don't mind that. No Musa in midfield. No Leao out wide. And no Foyth either, which is kind of one of their better defenders. So right back, central midfield. I'm possibly left wing. Possibly left wing. Still a good side. It's not a scary side. I think Mainyan's probably just the one I'm worried about stealing the game. Honestly, looking at it. Because Loftus-Cheek, Morata, they're not exactly world beaters and they're not able to play. Good, good, good. Very good, but maybe coming towards the end of his prime, but still very, very good. Rabiot. Ricci I like a lot as well. I think that's really their strength is in midfield. Fofana cleaning up behind them isn't the best, but isn't bad. The backline, I think we can get that. Does Mainan just steal a clean sheet? I think that's my big question. 16 in a row. What's the record? I keep clicking away. Yeah, 16. Okay. Cool. Koopman scores out on loan, and he'll go into the Championship. Blackburn. Okay. They are fighting down near the bottom. Stoker in mid-table. I think he'll get a little more service here, and also I don't really want him playing as a deep lying forward. He's 6'6". He's fast as hell. Deep lying forward just doesn't make sense to me. And it's not how we want him to be played, so Stoke might still play him there, but there's also the chance that they just don't. Newcastle away to Bournemouth. Only result there we care about. So Villa with a big win. Chelsea get the draw. Possibly not quite enough what they wanted. Liverpool get their win. Big wins for both Madrid sides. And Young Boys beat Benfica again. Okay, I got to take a look. Who the hell is that Young Boys? Because they're just doing great at the moment. Balmus is solid. Yeah, Fernandez okay. Don't love Laupa. He is a midfielder playing centre-back, but Bremen's okay. He's nothing special. Their fullbacks I like. Goalkeeper I like. Centre-backs look really dodgy. That's maybe where they're being held back. They're solid in midfield. Yeah. Are you a midfielder or defender? You're just a midfielder, really, and you're a midfielder for certain. But I do like their fullbacks. I like their midfielders, especially if Fernandez gets pushed back up into midfield. Attacking mid is lackluster. Strikers aren't great. The best striker is actually a winger, and they're playing a wingerless formation. That's really interesting. Their right back's not bad. Shay Charles, I do like. I don't love, but I do like. And attacking-wise off the bench, it doesn't look amazing. He's okay. Yeah, they don't look like a phenomenal side. Fullbacks, goalkeeper, centre mids, very happy. Centre backs needs work, especially if you're going to play three of them. It's the wrong formation when you've only got one good centre back. if you're going to put Fernandes back there. Sure, you got two, but play a back four. I think that works. Noah and Zachary maybe as your actual fullbacks. Lopa can come into midfield with Gigovic and Lacombe. Sure. Mills out on the right, Coley out on the left. Panea up top on his own, maybe. A better personnel distribution. Or since you're very deep at centre mid, then yeah, we could get rid of the wingers. Maybe retrain you to play winger because you're very close. Just got low finishing. Everything else you're great at, and that's not the end of the world. So we could play my formation with young boys. Don't know why I analyze that so much. It's just they're doing really, really well. It does feel kind of weird at times. So, yeah, it doesn't look like Villa or Chelsea are likely to qualify automatically. Man City have got a good shot at it, but like Bayern, Atletico as well. Well, sorry, Bayern and Man City are the two that could go and join them. That's it. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so that is interesting. So, yeah, 2 from 3 then. Depending who Bayern have got. Again, I'm overanalyzing this that I don't need to. Is Freiburg. Huh. Yeah, Man City just need a draw. And they got Salzburg, who are doing pretty poorly at the moment. So Chelsea and Villa probably go into the playoffs. Bayern and Man City come up into the automatic qualifiers, joining everyone else that's already there. Because nobody else can catch. Which means Barcelona have had a stinker. 4 wins, Olympiacos at home, Inter and Chelsea on the road are big, important wins. Sparta Prague away, Olympiacos at home, they're kind of give-me's. Away to Atletico Madrid, okay. But home to Napoli and Man City is a little poor as well. Especially since I know Man City just aren't that good right now. Napoli are decent. The Scottish midfield pairing of Scott McTominay and Billy Gilmore is just wonderful for Napoli. That's just fantastic. I just love that. I just love that. Couple of good centre-backs, actually. Wilmore I don't know that well, but he's solid. He's 5'11", he's okay, but I'd probably upgrade there. Again, just these wing-backs. Left-backs playing both wing-back roles. Nunez out on the wing. Guess he can't get into that Scottish midfield. And you've got Rafa Marine on the bench, and you're playing Boyumor, and that's not what you'd normally do. Okay, I don't know how you're playing all these centre mids. I don't know how that works. But yeah. Not bad, but still disappointing. Okay, Tottenham, a big win. Kind of doesn't do much to move them. Everton move a little closer and doom Fulham a little more. Ipswich snatch a draw against Burnley, which, you know, is kind of useful for both sides. And Bournemouth do lose again, keeping them in trouble. Newcastle, they get their win. They get their win. So I think we just wait and see. Yeah, I might come back. Okay. Why are you getting sent off in an Olympic qualifier? I think we come back for transfer news, and that's about it. So I'll see you then. So yeah, a big win in the end. Gonzalez early, Rabiot, Harvey Elliott right again afterwards, thankfully. That was quite nice. And then a late goal from Ferguson. A late goal from Furtado after Ferguson scores is great. And that's his second goal of the season. One in the league, one now in international. So not international. Continental competitions. Frimpong playing well near the flank. Not bad, just kind of, as you see, nobody played that badly. We are still missing Diamonde. That's why I don't like signing players from Africa or who represent an African nation internationally, because you do lose them from the African Cup of Nations, and I don't love that. I don't love that. I don't love the Olympics either, but it's kind of only once per player, maybe twice if your 18-year-olds are getting called up and your 22-year-olds are getting called up. In 4 years after that, but once every 4 years isn't too bad. But the African Cup of Nations can suck. And yeah, Diamonde is missing some time. Mosquera's doing okay. He's not great. And Diamonde's come back and he's not kind of fit after the tournament. I'm kind of starting to think, should I sell him? And I don't think I should. But I might. So there we are. Confirmation: Man City, Bayern do get themselves through. Chelsea, Villa move down and lose out to AC Milan on goal difference. I was not aware of that. We did just beat them 4-1. We did our bit. We gave 3 goals to Chelsea for them to try and get through. We needed to win by 5 for goal difference, but yeah, probably then would have been goals scored, so we would probably need to have won by 6. And that wasn't happening. And we scored almost half of the goals that AC Milan have conceded in this entire run to us. Yeah, 2-2 against Porto. They lost 3-0 at home to Bayern and 4-1 away to us. That's the only games they conceded in. They were flawless everywhere else. Freiburg, Galatasaray, Standard Liège, and away trips to Leverkusen and Sociedad. But yeah, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, both miss out on automatic. So do Borussia Dortmund, Porto, Benfica, Roma, some big clubs, Bayer Leverkusen. Although they do climb into the playoffs and don't get left out. Standard Liège survive. Young boys overachieve and do fantastic there too. Really like that. And Inter are knocked out. Inter, Lazio. Wow. Just gone. Not a great showing from the Italian clubs. They're both knocked out. Roma make it in, but like not by much. AC Milan have goal difference to get the automatic qualifiers. Napoli do quite good. Losing to Benfica, drawing to Dortmund, beating Lazio, Prague, Olympiacos, Villa, Chelsea, and Barca away. Yeah, might be just very one-sided with Napoli dominating in Italy then, by looking at this. Honestly, Real from Spain, PSG from France, Napoli in Italy, Bayern Munich from Germany, and then the best clubs in Europe are the English clubs, as you kind of expect when you're playing in England. That does happen a lot. Oh, Millwall. Zanchela. The other Slovenian striker. We get another little million for doing absolutely nothing. Looks like So fine, the final stage. So we get a little draw against Chile. And Victor Roque got sent off. Argentina with a big win. That kind of Colombia match could be big, because we could get them back early again if they get knocked out there. That's 17 wins in a row. That is a new record. And Ollie Owen could be going out to League 2. What are York? 18th, Northampton, 14th. I don't want him locked into a position. So I'm fine with that. But York and Northampton can both kind of find out what Ollie wants to do. It looks like Northampton's probably his choice. Send him out on loan. And then we got Spurs. Ooh, looks like Napoli maybe doing good in the league and in Europe, and they are getting the money for that. And they are starting to jump up and get some more players in, maybe. Spend big to win big. Huh. They did lose to Colombia. So Argentina could knock Brazil out of the pre-Olympic tournament. Ooh, Leicester. Oh, they've signed Barry. 11 million. Well, some people won't be happy with that one, but yeah, I mean, this season they compare Barry up with Eduard. That's pretty decent. Have Weda as kind of an all-round striker as well. But then go with Koopman. Could easily see that working out. Koopman and Barry with a couple of older, more established heads coming off the bench and in rotation. Like, that's interesting. And they're 10th right now. If Koopman does what I think he can do to the championship, that could be really interesting. Man United, they get a win. They're not quite bad enough to get dragged into the relegation battle, but they're just like them, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man City, they've all fallen off, and clubs like Brighton are really flourishing now. It's been a weird 3 or 4 years, but a lot has changed. Chelsea do sneak a little win as well. Spurs didn't play because we're playing them. They're probably going to be the team that misses out. Yeah, Liverpool win, Newcastle win, Arsenal don't play, Brighton don't play. So, yeah, not really much of it affects us. Yeah, okay. How far down do we go then? 20. Let's go to Man City. 23 games. So that's 15 games. So that's 45 points. So it's what, 91 that they can still technically get. So that's 10 more wins. And Man City can't catch us. Is that correct? Or is it 81 that they can get to? Hold on. They've got 15 more games. That's 45 points. Yeah, it's 41 points. So it is 80. So it's 20. So that's 7 wins. 7 wins from Man City. Brentford could fall behind Man City if Man City draw or win their game in hand. So they're not going to be closer. We're close to being 7 past Villa. We're a point shy. Which means we're very close to being 6 points clear of Brighton. I don't see a world in which we don't finish top 4, even with an abysmal collapse. even with an absolutely horrendous, abysmal collapse. I forgot to do this. Everybody's kind of fit. Everybody looks good. So what are they done here? So Diamonde's back in. They're going with Carbone at left back, which I don't love, but I kind of agree with. And Cameron Humphreys keeps his place. And instead, they're going to drop Harvey Elliott. As bowler, I'll probably let them run with both those decisions. I think the assistant might be not correct on this, but not that far away from it. I don't mind that. I think what I'd actually do was put Murphy there and Di Baptista, because just thinking a bit more long term with the game time I want to give to people. Yeah. Ooh, that was weird. A big win to Ferguson. Kind of got robbed of a goal. I don't think he was offside. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. 96-minute penalty to seal his hat-trick. Diomande got himself a goal. Szoboszlai coming back from injury, had a good shift, did okay, got an assist as well. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that one. Apparently Real Madrid are still watching. Evan Ferguson. Apparently their transfer window's shut. That's interesting. Huh. They go early in December? And then a couple of days early. I never knew that. Maybe it's just this year. That's weird. But okay, so I definitely don't need to worry about that. It didn't look like they were putting a bid in him anyway. They said he was too expensive. But if I don't have to worry about that, that's even better for me. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. Big win. Puts us where we want to be. Nottingham Forest. Come on. Nope, not quite. Yeah. And Villa and Brighton change places. So that is 3 points gained basically on whoever was sitting in fifth. It was Brighton, now it's Villa. But it still puts us 23 clear of them. And so that's nice and comfortable there. That means we can lose 7 and draw a game and still get top 4. I don't think that's crazy. And Villa just got the win. They are our next game. We beat them, and that kind of really helps out as well. Yeah, Ferguson's just been nuts recently. Only 14 and 24 is it's way down on last season. But he's also got more assists. Has kind of been a little more in and out of the side. Yeah, drops off a little bit, but his worst is really, really good. Fabian might be leaving Tottenham to Bournemouth. That could be good for him. Ramos to Arsenal, I don't love. I really don't think I've got any right or need to take this from them. I kind of want to. Okay, if I did this, what would I do? I can't sell Ferguson. Vitor Roque would probably become third choice. Coxell the fourth. Sell Emeran. Maybe sell Coxell? Or do you bite the bullet and sell Ferguson? Does Ramos score more than a player like that? I doubt it. I really like him, though. I mean, it's not a ton of pace, but like good size, good speed, good everything that I consider good for a striker. Nothing really great, but he is really good in the air. He is a model citizen. There's no cons. Wages are probably going to kill it. Like, I shouldn't even be looking at that because wages are probably going to kill it. Kurt Zouma leaving Arsenal, probably not a big thing either. Apparently, we're in for Baleba. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not a bad signing. I don't want to spend that much money on him. I don't think I need him. Plus, it would be bringing in another African born player. Philip Mervo, like, what's... Where's that come from? Where's that come from? Yeah, that's weird. Okay. I guess I'll see what happens with Philip Murphy, but I really don't want to sell Philip Murphy. It looks like United have the money to put a bid in. Let's try and bully them out the market, and like I say, Real Madrid, I'm not coming in for Ferguson, so we should be good. Well, we're down to the final hour of the transfer window. Nothing really has happened. Agent offers have been not really interesting. Zaire Emery would be, but just way too much money. Still, nothing has come of this United interest. Real Madrid still the only club interested in Evan Ferguson. That's not going to happen. And yeah, I think the only other thing was I can't find it now. A couple of like small deals, but like nothing huge. Counterbash in there, I think that's all fine. And then we look at Ramos. There is a club interested, no, but it's Real Madrid. And again, their window's shut, so he's not going to be leaving PSG in this window. And I don't mind that. I did put a cheeky bid in just to see kind of what he wanted. There's a lot of money. We wouldn't really be able to do that deal. And to be honest with you, we're just at our limit for the wage budget. We can make some room for the new contracts. But yeah, just nothing there. Nothing interesting. Marquinhos, solid signing. Just, yeah, like less than 15 million is the big deadline move, I guess. Just nothing. We spent a lot of money. We spent it really early in the window. So there is that. We got our big money back in this window for Yamal going out. And yeah, we're still kind of mid-table in wages. We're about to come join the big six. I'm playing with Spurs, United, and Tottenham, which is the mid-table trio, to be fair to them. Yeah, there is that. But yeah, just absolutely nothing. Top deadline day move was Gordon going on loan. So very kind of disappointing all in all. We still have Galina for 22.5 million, looking like he could be a very good right back for us. Canelli and him will sort that out. And then an Argentinian, Tomasz Zaidin, coming in, who looks like an absolute monster for 30. Oh, no, sorry, for 17.75. Who's the 30? Oh, wait, was that Koopman? I think he's going out on loan now as well. But yeah, I think Koopman came in for 31, correct? Yeah, he was 31.5. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, I decided not to offer players out. I was half tempted to get rid of Diamande and promote Mosquera and then bring King up into be a backup centre back alongside Di Baptista. I decided not to do that, but I don't know if I would choose not to again. Similarly as well, Carbone and then bring up Ben Griffiths was an option. Nico Gonzalez to bring up another youngster was another option that I almost did. And Bergvall too, because I do feel we're pretty good here. And yeah, I would have been tempted to sell Evan Ferguson, but it would have been stupid money. Shaylee, maybe I would move on from and leave myself with The Rock and Luke Coxall with some good young strikers, maybe. But I don't feel we needed to move anyone out in general. So we ended up not doing that. And I do think we're very strong as a team. Evan Ferguson is just immense right now. Vitor Roque just there with him. Gonzalez, Frimpong, Furtado. And then Coxall, our third striker, is very high up on the list. Diamande, Mosquera, and Gay are all very good centre-backs. Mainu Humphreys, Harvey Elliott, and Szoboszlai in midfield. They're all 4-star or above as well. Mamardashvili. So we got so much quality. So much quality. Bergvall and Carbone, they're really good. They're just probably never going to break into the team. And probably should be sold. And I'm baffled that the Humphreys just keeps on growing and showing what he can do. I'm puzzled because, yeah, I don't know what his potential is. I don't know what his current ability is, but I would be very surprised if it's as low as I thought, which would probably be mid 140s to 150s. Like, that's kind of where I had him pegged. I feel he must be higher than that to be in the same conversation with a bunch of these players and play the way he does in game. I would be absolutely intrigued to find out what he actually is. Because looking at it, it feels like 160 plus, and I don't know why Ipswich would sell him if he was for 10 million, and why he wouldn't be kind of like more of a force in their team. Yeah, if you know what he is, let me know. I could go look, but it takes ages to load the database up in the pre-game editor, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, Velasco will be Nico's replacement basically in defensive midfield. Trafford's just holding the backup position for a year or two. Canelli will end up being a rotation / backup right back when that young Italian comes through and is ready to start. Maybe by that point we'll have sold him and brought in someone else as good cover. And then Di Battista, Murphy, really good for the future. Shaley may not make it. And we can, well, I remember we can now reset that. I thought there was multiple clubs interested. So just United, just Real Madrid, nobody going to put a bid in. That's all fine. But yeah. Yeah, some question marks. Some definite question marks with some of the rotation players. And I don't feel it's what we need to do, but it's definitely something we could do. It is definitely something we could do. Oh, that's an interesting move. They went and picked up the American, injury prone, inconsistent, but tons of potential. Cavan Sullivan. That could be interesting. So Marquinhos coming in. Sure, Matis Fernandez. Sure, very nice pickup. For Spurs, I feel, in midfield. Nobody really lost anybody big either. Hernandez, he's not bad. Good jumping, good marking, good positioning. 6'4", solid. Villarreal, cheap deal to Alves, plays a bunch. Doesn't do amazing, but plays a bunch. Gets moved to Chelsea. That's what my scouts apparently didn't find at all. I still think we did better. We didn't need to do anything crazy there. That's fine. Otaro goes to Burnley in a decently big move. Yeah. Like it's us. It's us. We sold Yamal for 130 and we went and spent like 100 on a starting striker to replace the player we got rid of. A young striker for the future and a young centre-back for the future. And then sent him out on loan. That's what happened. The Premier League transfer window can pretty much just be these 4 deals. Nothing else really matters. Like, that's nuts. And in fact, yeah, even the time when the Mosquera deals are paid for by the Yamal deal right now. I feel pretty good about that. Because it does kind of mean that the rest of this money, this 292 million, is the pure profit. And the money that we'd lost and we'd spent from our transfer fund, also not from our stadium fund, is now back and in good effect. So, sure, we can't do anything. Can we get another club? You're not going to let me get one of those, are you? No. Can we get an academy club? No, we can't. Okay, that's fine. Let's just try and build a new stadium. Yeah, I didn't want to do any business last minute. We did it up front. Pike, yeah, we didn't need him. He's going to be released. That's absolutely fine. Squad is done. And yeah, we do lose 30 million this month. That's fine. We'll keep a lot of money in the bank technically be losing money, and we'll be good. Oh, wow. Christian Walton, 22 clean sheets. Yeah. That was crazy. In the one Premier League game, the 6 conceded. I'd forgotten about that. Sold him to Forest. He also plays badly, concedes 2 in the only game he plays for them. They take a small hit, send him down to the Championship where he plays for Plymouth, and he doesn't hit the heights that we did because the tactics probably don't protect him, but he's just getting worse and worse year on year, sadly. But yeah, when we needed him, he was there for us. Kind of a panic buy to a certain degree, but we needed him. And he did the business, and we should set a new record finally with Mamadashvili. But it's been a long time coming. 9 goals for Fletcher, 5 for Kwang Suk. Okay, he's having a decent time at Newport. No, they've just gone out on loan. Lasser's just gone out on loan. He's got 5. Like, Locker's not really playing a bunch. I don't like that. I don't mind it, though, I think. Kone, yeah. Maybe I should have done that deal. Maybe I should have gone back in for that deal. I just don't know how I would have made it work. Team of the week, Yamal. Got an assist and a 7.9 on his debut. And they played him on the left, moved Rodrigo out to the right, and put Mo Salah up top and dropped Florian Wirtz. Not what I thought they would do. But it's not a bad option. Ekatike wanted by the big boys too. Yeah, they do have Mokoko to come in for that. They do have him to come in for that. Yeah, it's very interesting, their formation with a player like Wirtz, who they like so much that they don't want to sell. It's very interesting. Sell Salah, move Wirtz up top with Ekatike, Rodrigo and Yamal on the wings. And kind of see what they're doing. Mokoko off the bench. I don't mind that. Evan Ferguson, 5 in 4. Nico's cheeky hat-trick steals second place from Livramento. Furtado and Coxall, young player of the month and second place. And in third, a little lonely out at Fulham. Apparently, Lasser's enjoying himself on loan. 7.70 rating. Sorry, 7.07 rating. 1 assist. 88% passing. Half a tackle a game. Done okay. And in the cup, also done. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Yeah. He didn't really play for Nice. He played for their B team. And even this season, like looking like that at 19, you got European games. I guess you got your star player. You're not going to drop him. 20 leadership. I kind of see why. You had another 19-year-old that looks really good in Quere. I guess I would have probably gone the other way, and your other starter is Dumboya, who I would have replaced as well. Gigo, Diamonde, Russo, Abua, Ngoa. Bombito, maybe? I think they just had too many centre-backs. And the one they kind of called up was Quere, who might still be really good. Don't know. They certainly charged me an absolute fortune. But yeah, he's doing good, and we get another manager of the month. Don't mind that. And Velasco's already a good player. Oh, I'm gonna have to dismantle this team. Because so many of these youngsters now are about to hit their peaks. I'm gonna need to dismantle this team. I'm gonna need end of the season. I think Trafford's gotta go. Diamonde probably goes. Carbone's got to go. Nico probably goes. Bergvall goes. Haley maybe goes. Humphrey, Elliott, Szoboszlai. One of those three maybe goes. Possibly. Don't want to sell Ferguson. If a big enough bid comes in, though, he possibly goes. We keep Vitor, we keep Lukaku, we keep Murphy, Mainu, Velasco. Frimpong technically could go. He just signed a new deal, but technically, yeah, he could go. Furtado, Di Baptista, Mosquera technically could go. Gay's the captain. I'm not quite ready to make that shift. Okay, so Mamardashvili, Canelli, Gay, Di Baptista, Furtado, Velasco with Mainu, Murphy, and one other in midfield with Vitor and Luke Coxall, and just build the bencher of the youth players. So Andre, Akena, Griffiths, King, Balde, Lasserre. Could sell Gay, you know. We could sell Gay and just go stupid young with this. Smith, Oliveira, and then Jones, Britton, Reese, Kwang Suk. 3 out of those 4 could easily get promoted. Waller, Cooper, and even Gary Morris. Yeah, we could have 25 men squad. First 11, second 11, spare centre-back, spare centre midfielder, spare striker. Just promote all of these and sell 90% of our first team squad. And I don't really think we would be worse off in terms of our first team quality. Our second team quality would drop off, but not by a ton. Our depth would not be great, but then again, most of the players I'm calling up are out on loan right now, so they're not depth right now anyway, and potentially we'd be even better. And we would only have Mamardashvili at 27. Our next oldest player would be Kobe Maino at 23. Victor Rotke at 22. We'd have 3 players in the first team squad of 25 that were older than 21. I might try and do that. What a game. What a game. Svetko early. Sargent looks like he equalised Then Ocampo turned it around. The home crowd go nuts. Lyle Foster thinks we've just rescued a point here for Burnley. A badly needed point as well to keep them out of the problem zone. And then Sargent, right at the death, just giving Norwich some hope for the season ahead. Because, yeah, they're kind of in shaky territory, right? They got 13 games at 39. So that's 53 points total. Technically, Norwich could come second still. But we have outdistanced Norwich. Yeah, that's interesting. How far down can we go with that? How far down could we go for that? So, 14 games. Right? Am I miscalculating? No, 14 games. So what's that? 42. Yeah. That means Fulham would be clear. Because that's 6 years. So Fulham would be also technically 1 point less. So they would be clear. Yeah, because then it's only... I don't know why my brain shut off there saying, but it's only another point to Bournemouth. So that'd be like... They're clear, which means Everton can hit 64. So right now, Everton are the lowest ranked team that can still win the league on the 1st of February in 15th place. And we're one good result to taking that all the way up to Spurs. Especially if Spurs lose. If Spurs were to lose and we were to win, and Man United were to lose, which seems to be the overwhelming majority of times. Yeah. Chelsea are a little bit better than United and Spurs right now. And that's the only reason, after one more game, that we couldn't rule out the entire bottom half of the table from winning the league. Okay. I think everyone's in. We don't need to register those two. We need to register everyone else. That's okay. Who is hanging out under here that we need to do? So, Griffiths, yes, we need to do. Andre, yes, we need to do. Oliveira, yes, we need to do. And that takes us right to our limits. That's 23 with the 2 extra spots needed to be kept open for the homegrown in club players. Well, could be drip feeding our Brazilians into the Champions League as well. Interesting. But yeah, I think that is a good place to wrap it up. So I hope you've enjoyed a bit of a long one. Might split it up. I don't know yet, but I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe, all the very best. You check out the other playlists available. We're very close to 1,000. We should really have it by the time this video goes up, hopefully. But if you haven't already subscribed, please do that. That would be amazing. Smash the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care, and I'll see you very soon, guys.